Carlson there, ready for the all-go sign.
Green flag comes out. Carlson and the rest of the Pro 2 M package trucks on the hammer. Carlson ran the Pro 4 here early in 2019. Back in the spring, he finished up 6th. Bringing the Pro 2 out here, we saw him run at Glen Helen, was 13th and 9th respectively, and got a pretty good race truck here early as he finds himself out front.
That was Keegan Kincaid trying to take over second place from Rodrigo Ampudia, but Rodrigo just rolled around the inside of turn number 2 and hung on to the spot. The Lucas Oil back machine. And Rodrigo never winning a championship here in short course. Has been close, both in Pro Light and Pro 2, but has yet to seal the deal. And he's got a shot out here today as he came in here with that 5-point lead, cut down to 4 after qualifying.
Yeah, and he gets by that 4 of Kincaid, as you said, making the trip back from the Midwest. First time here in Chandler, Arizona. Said we've really been adjusting on the truck all weekend long. He said the split standing starts been a bit of a learning curve for me, but we like where we're at and looking for a good run.
Yeah, as you talked about, I mean, he debuted this truck down there at his home race in Mexico and really made a good run at it. It's great to see him back on top of the boxes. He did pick up a win earlier in the season as well at Reno. It had been a long time coming.
Back on board with Rod Ant. There's Kincaid right behind him, bouncing around on the front straightaways. They go over that Geico tabletop. Got to be careful. Got to try and hit that thing straight coming out turn 4.
Yeah, Keegan Kincaid is absolutely no joke. A Pro 2 champ, a Pro Light champ. Has been doing this for a long time, and a little bit of stuff back and forth there coming over that Geico tabletop on the front straightaway. Keegan Kincaid's father, Jeff Kincaid, a 6-time Pro Light champ. And, I mean, these guys, he was raised in short course off-road racing. Keegan Kincaid's a solid player.
Yeah, and he's right there in third behind Rodrigo Ampudia as Ampudia got by him, but Kincaid is keeping him honest as he races him pretty good. And Carlson now, the rear end jumping around on him here on the front straightaway.
And Andrew Carlson, a great story, too. His parents really starting off with nothing, built an empire, a very solid business. And that young man, Andrew Carlson, goes to work every single day, man. He is not a silver spoon kid. He works really hard to make things happen. And he's turning into a great driver himself, as you talked about before. Also competes in the Pro 4 category and has done a great job behind the wheel of that truck as well.
Yeah, and he said he's real happy with how the truck has been performing this weekend. He said, I really like what they've done with the racetrack here. I dig the challenge, the ruts, the way this dirt moves around. It's been pretty awesome. Nice onboard shot there you saw of Jarrett Brooks as he tries to run down these Pro 2 M package trucks as he has caught the top 3. Brooks not fooling around here in the final points race of the year.
Yeah, and that's a 4-point spread right there. And Jarrett Brooks drives in hot into turn 2 and gets into Rodrigo Ampudia. Feeds Rodrigo a right front because he could not get it stopped and turn, and knocks Rodrigo way up and out of the line. We'll see what race control thinks about that. If it was a good clean pass, or maybe they tell him to give it back.
Yeah, he carried a ton of speed into that corner and realized it right as he was setting that truck to get sideways in the corner. But here's another look at it. You can see him right there knowing, okay, man, I got to hit the brakes, so I'm going to run into these guys. And he is locked up, slides right up into Rodrigo Ampudia, and just flat out moves him out of the way.
And it is on the overtaking truck to stay clean. I mean, side-to-side contact here in this sport, we see it all the time as he now makes a bid to take over the lead. Beautiful pass right there in front of Andrew Carlson. And those guys have to dive out and around the stop truck on the track. That will bring out the caution flag, but it is on the overtaking truck to make a clean pass. And as I said, side-to-side contact is one thing. It's expected, happens all the time here in the sport, but when you drive into somebody with a right front and it blows them out of the line, race control will typically take another look at that one. So that is Kip Mickles, as you can see there on the side.
Well, here's another look at it one more time as he took the lead from Andrew Carlson here in the right-hander as Kip Mickles sitting on the racetrack, man. Great job by Carlson to notice that he was sitting there, or else that could have got ugly real quick. Dave Mason Jr. also stopped on the racetrack, a very accomplished pro buggy racer moving up to Pro 2. He said he'll be chasing a title here in 2020. There's a look at your top 5.
Brooks, being an unlimited truck, an open package, was able to get past all the 410M trucks, so now the field will start as one. Andrew Carlson takes a look down on the inside. He has plenty of company, though, once again. I believe that's Keegan Kincaid down there digging hard.
Great battle for second on back as it looks like R.J. Anderson with a big move there up on the nose. Entering turn number 2 as they'll head to the General Tire ski jump. Look at that, 3 wide.
Yeah, part of that 3 wide is Rodrigo Ampudia. Here's the deal. Rodrigo's got to get up there into second place. If he's going to win this championship, he's got to finish on the back bumper of Jared Brooks, and he's in trouble now because another unlimited truck, this time being R.J. Anderson, is out in front of him.
Andrew Carlson still sits second there. R.J. Anderson, you can see him behind Carlson. Then Keegan Kincaid there in that Ford truck.
And no call, by the way, on that pass of Andrew Carlson once again. And that is R.J. Anderson right on this year inside of the Pro 2 category.
Yeah, he's won this racetrack twice. He did the finale, won this exact race last year, won the finale in 2018. He also won in 2016. Now takes a look in turn number 1 by Andrew Carlson through the ruts.
Massive hole down in there, huge rut that R.J. Anderson had to deal with. Looks like the right rear tire is still on the wheel. That's good news. But it did stop his momentum down there into turn number 2.
5 laps to go in the 2019 season as Jared Brooks right now in a great spot to not only win this race but win the championship as Carlson and Kincaid go side by side through turn number 4 as you go on board with R.J. Anderson. Let's go back here and take a look at this big move by the 37.
Yeah, gets a good run off of 4, crosses over there on the Geico tabletop. But then, of course, that forced an early entry down there into turn number 1 and sent him up into that rut. Was able to deal with that and then charge down into turn number 2. Takes that one a little bit higher to clear some of the ruts down there on the bottom and leave some racing room for Andrew Carlson.
Yeah, Keegan Kincaid, you could see, was right behind that 15 of Andrew Carlson. So, though it's his first time here at this racetrack, he's got a pretty good race truck as Jared Brooks. 4 laps to go this time by. You can see a pretty good gap between him and second place.
And amazingly clean inside there. Keep in mind, he did have to pick his way through all of those 410 M package trucks. Boy, he's driving away from them now. As it stands right now, he would win this championship. It would be his first. We've talked about it many times. He's won 3 Pro Light championships, and as we heard Jack Corpella talk about, was really ready to throw the towel in the first couple of years in Pro Light. He was not as successful as he'd hoped he'd be. Really dug in here in 2019, started making a lot of his own decisions, a lot of his own calls on truck setup, gearing, and he said it's paid huge dividends. And I would say so. Man, look at that turn number 1. It's a handful.
Treacherous turn number 1 here at Chandler, that's for sure. But you know, you gotta get up in there. You gotta put that right rear on that cushion through the ruts. That's usually the fastest way around the racetrack. So you gotta have a setup that will allow you to do that because you don't want to get in there, smack that cushion, and rip that right rear tire right off the bead.
Yeah, that rut's there because it's the preferred way around. He's back there going into that turn number 3 side by side. That looked like it was Rodrigo, and he's going to lose another spot there coming off the turn. He's watching that championship slip away. Yeah,
it's been such a tremendous year for that entire Papas and Beer, Lucas Oil, number 3016 for Rodrigo Ampudia. Just trying to close out the year strong, and there he is back in turn number 1. Brandon Arthur right behind him in the MAV TV sponsored number 6 truck.
Yeah, Brandon Arthur with 4 wins here at this racetrack, all of them in a Pro Light truck, including a Challenge Cup win in 2017. But the MAV TV back number 6 has come a long ways as he will take Rookie of the Year honors inside of the Pro 2 category.
Yeah, just heard over the radio him telling his crew that I think we lost the power steering pump, or at least something in the power steering. So with the white flag coming out, now trouble for Rob McCachran.
Wow, man, his issues in 2019 continue. I'm sure he's thinking, yeah, let's just get it out of the way now. Come back in 2020, white flag out. Looking for one more clean lap here. Chris Hawks, the man behind that MAV TV number 6, has done a great job for him in both UTVs and Pro Lights. So Brandon Arthur showing some skills, but how about the 77 truck? Looks like he's going to bring it home. One more turn to go. Jared Brooks. An incredible season for him. Kicked it off with a win and will grab his 4th win here on the season and his first career Pro 2 championship.
Tremendous job by Jared Brooks, by that entire Rigid Industries team. KMC, General Tire, Bill Stein back in the 77. Man, awesome stuff to see him get this title.
Yeah, the folks from Rigid, I'm sure, are very excited, and they are on site. Welcome back to the Geico Off-Road Championship, presented by General Tire. The wreath around the neck for the man sponsored by Rigid. That is Jared Brooks. Man, he got work done here in 2019. Solid effort to win one of the toughest categories on the tour.
Motorsports can make you pull your hair out. That's how frustrating it is. Jarrett, you told me you were ready to walk away from this sport. The fact that you persevered and returned and you're now champion, what's that mean to you?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank my family, man. This has always been a dream to me. And, man, I remember watching Rob Mack when I was younger, and we finally have a fast truck. This whole team put so much into it this year. I just really want to thank my family. I had a baby Roxanne this year, which put a lot of doubt on me, honestly. Everyone kind of was like, oh, is he going to keep racing? What's he going to do? He's got his house now, and it's cool, man. I just came out here, showed everyone that's not the case, man. Just because you're a dad, you can still win even when you're young. So, but yeah, actually this year, this was going to be my last year just because, going from winning in Pro Light, I won 3 championships, and I struggled in this for the last 2 years. It's my 3rd year in Pro 2, and man, this has always been a dream of mine. And it's been a frustrating year with the 410s, man. It's put a lot of toll on me and my family, but man, we came out here and just waxed them. We just strilled.